This is an example of the autoLink function. I've got a copy of the advanced sample project open from Revit 2012. What I'm going to do to start is go to my Revolution Design tab in 2012 or my add-ins tab for 2011 and hit this Place AutoLink button. This will give me an option to place this annotation here. In this case, I'm placing it for a bike rack that I've got in this project. This, of course, annotation does not only work for bike racks. This is editable text. We can change this to whatever we want. This actually is a bike rack, so I'm going to leave it like that right now. And I'm going to tell it that this is detail 6 on sheet A2. And I've also got this, maybe the owner owns these bike racks and wants a contractor to install them, so I'm going to say owner furnished contractor installed. So as you can see, I've got a pre-text and a post-text and my sheet reference. Okay, I can also add a leader if I want, just like any other annotation, point to it, and whatever. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this project, and it's going to give me this option autolink 6A2, which is the one I just placed set. I can turn this dialog box off if I want. I'll show you how in just a minute. But for right now, it's telling me that it did set that, and it does know where that is going. If I go to sheet A2 over here and look at detail number 6, here's my detail sheet, my fancy bike rack detail. Yes, this is a bike rack detail. Okay, so now what happens if maybe we decide to, maybe I was laying this out, I'm new at the office and didn't realize we don't use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We use A, B, C, D, E for detail sheets, and this is F. Okay, so I just go ahead and change that. Normally in a piece of Revit text or an annotation, that would mean this is broken. However, with autolink, now as soon as I save it, it's going to give me again the dialog box that said 6A2 changed to FA2. And it's going to change right there. And again, I can turn that dialog box off if I want, but that's the basics of autolink. It gives you this symbol that allows you to reference a view onto a sheet, and it updates automatically on save, sync, or print. There's also an option for an automatic instant update. Look at the help documents for that. It is recommended that you do that office-wide or not at all because of some of the things that the Revit API leaves when you use an updater like that. However, it is available, and it can be pretty powerful when it's used, but it's kind of a use with caution thing, so that's why we say to look at the help documents and only do it if you really want to do it. Okay, now up on the settings here, I can go to settings and autolink, and this is where I talked about turning those dialog boxes off. So I've got a couple portions to this dialog. I've got my username, which for 2012 will be populated automatically. 2011 unfortunately is not able to read it automatically, but you should put this in, type it in for 2011, because that helps autolink know when you've got elements borrowed in a work sharing environment, and so it needs to be updated in 2011. Okay, also I've got my default link not found section over here. This is what happens when, say for example, I placed that autolink and then deleted the bike detail view. Then it obviously would go to update that and would not find that view anymore. So this is what tells it what to do when that link is not found. It can either go to a default text, it can change it to say x/xxx or whatever default text you want to put in here. It can change it to the previous link or just leave it alone the way it is. And there's a checkbox whether to show it an error message there. There's also a checkbox here, show dialog on every update. Those were the dialog box that I was getting that I said you could turn off. Uncheck that, and it won't tell you when it updates the autolink. It'll just do it without that dialog. So there's also a button here to update them right now. If you don't want to wait till it saves and you don't want to turn on the instant updater, you can tell it just update them right now. So that's the autolink settings, and that is how autolink works.